Hey, it's Ethan here at eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Kuat Piston Pro Hitch Bike Rack and how it fits on our 2022 Toyota Tacoma. This is a premium bike rack with a lot of premium features. So first is that it's a platform style bike rack. It's capable of supporting up to 67 pounds per bike, which is a lot. It's also rated for use with your motorhome, flat tow, travel trailer, and fifth wheel vehicles. So you can put it on pretty much anything that you can think of. In addition to being able to be used on any vehicle, you can also use pretty much any bike. Part of that is owed to this dual wheel mount design. So you're not making any frame contact at all. If you want to get your carbon frame bikes on here, you can. If you want to get your heavy e-bikes on here, you can do that too. If you have a really aggressive alternative style frame, you can get that on here. If you have a bike with fenders, that'll work too, as long as you get the strap kit for those fenders. Again, partially because of this hoop design. Another nice feature about this rack is that it has the ability to tilt away with the bikes loaded up. Granted, this handle is in a kind of an annoying spot, so if I had two bikes loaded up, it'd be kind of hard to get to, but I'll tilt it, and it does tilt pretty aggressively, far enough that when we open up our tailgate, we're not actually making contact with anything on the rack, although it does get very, very close, and we definitely can't sit on it or weigh it down, because in that case it will definitely make contact with the bike or the rack, but we can get access to the bed and we can grab anything out that we might need to. Especially if you have a tonneau cover, I can see that being nice, but if you don't, or if you have one that folds up, I would just step back here and reach into the bed that way. Also, it can be kind of tricky to lift this back up. There's nothing really great to grab onto, especially again if you do have two up to 67-pound bikes loaded up. That could be kind of challenging as well. But now let's get the bike removed. This is where that piston name comes into play. This is where the pistons are. They're hydro-pneumatic. All we do is press this button and it releases the arm just like that. And we can get it folded down quite a ways. Now for the second one, we're going to try to find a way to hold on to our bike at the same time. Press that button again, release the arm. We have tons of room, so we can just get our bike up and off. Once you get past a certain point, you will have to push this button again to re-engage this. And while I'm putting it away, we could talk about the adjustability here. All you need to do is pinch the back, and you can accommodate different wheel sizes just by sliding up and down the wheel hoops, just like that. So it's super easy, and it'll work with different tire sizes as well. And when I put it away, you can hear that ratcheting sound, which is just a micro adjustment that's being made to accommodate your tires. Also on the tray here, you can see that there is a lock core for your cable lock. It's not integrated onto the rack, but it is included. If you want to secure your racks to the bike, that's how you do it. From here, we can get some measurements to see what it's like to add this onto the back of your vehicle. Starting with how much distance we're going to add from the bumper to the furthest point back. That's going to come in at just over 27 inches, so it's really compact for all the features that it offers. As far as ground clearance goes, from the ground to this point in the back here, it's going to be almost exactly 27 inches. So we have a really nice rise, and the Tacoma sits plenty tall enough that I'm not going to be worried about ground clearance as far as going up hills or over curbs. But if we are worried and we want to save a little bit of that space, we can, using that same handle that we used to tilt it away. Just press that, fold it up, you'll hear it click into place, and we'll get that new measurement to see how much space we've saved. So now from the bumper to the furthest point back, it's going to be about 12.5 inches, so we cut our distance about in half that way. As far as what it covers on the back of our vehicle, our license plate is going to be really heavily obstructed. You might have a couple windows where you can see through it in between the trays, but it is going to be pretty heavily blocked. Our backup camera is right here in the middle. You're going to be able to see over the top of it a bit, but the bottom half of it at least is going to be really obstructed by the rack in this way. Also, we can see that there are the lights available for this rack. They're going to be on either side. As long as you have 4-pole wiring, you can hook it up and those just plug right in. This car doesn't have 4-pole wiring, but if you want to upgrade to it or you have a different car that does have that, that's a really nice feature. Right here we can see the tool that we need to use to tighten our anti-rattle down at the bottom, as well as the lock core that you can use to lock that up, which is where we're going to come down to the shank. If I wanted to tighten up, it just fit right in right there, or we're going to need that to loosen it up when we're taking it off. But the rack does use a 2-inch shank that fits into our 2-inch receiver. It's held in place by this pin and the lock that's going to be key-to-like to that cable lock and the tool, so it's all one key system and it's all held in place right here. Overall, if you're looking for a rack that can get pretty much any kind of bike on it and where you need it to go, the Kuat Piston Pro is going to be that for you. It's got a telescopic ramp attachment that's sold separately if you need help loading and unloading those heavy e-bikes. It doesn't make any frame contact, so you can get alternative and carbon frame bikes on here as well. It's got the tilt that's aggressive enough for us to open up the trunk fully, and it's going to look really nice the whole time while you're doing it. So if you are looking for that premium option that's going to be able to get pretty much any bike on there, the Kuat Piston Pro is a really, really solid choice. This was just a quick look at how it fits on our 2022 Toyota Tacoma.
We're going to take it out here on the test course. First thing we're going to do is hit the bumps. We're just going to see what it's like if we did hit some speed bumps. I'm watching the bike, watching how it holds on the tires. It looks like it moves just a little bit, not too much. This is mostly standard with other bike racks, so nothing to worry about. The bike doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Now we're going to go a little bit faster in the parking lot. I'm going to take some aggressive turns and see how it handles there. Looks like it's fine. I see a little movement again, but again, the bike's not going anywhere, so I don't have to worry about it.